made it through hunger, you made it through pain, you made it through drought and you made it through rain. You rose over conflict, you've conquered your shame. You've done it before and you'll do it again.
You made it through hunger, you made it through pain,
Yeah.
you made it through drought and you made it through rain. You rose over conflict, you conquered your shame.
Yeah.
You've done it before and you
Do it again. There is nothing that can ever take your place, 'cause you made it. You are one of us, this global human race. You made it here.
There is nothing that can ever take your place.
'Cause you made it here. You are one of us, this global human race. You made it here.
You made it through darkness, you made up your mind.
Yeah.
You dealt with the hardest of times.
Oh.
You're finding your joy now and learning to shine.
Oh.
Enjoying your voice and reclaiming your time.
Again, you
Made it through darkness, made up your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
You dealt with the hardest of times.
You're
Finding your joy,
now.
learning to shine.
Enjoy.
Enjoying your voice and reclaiming your time.
There is nothing that can ever take your place.
You made it here.
You are one of us, this global human race.
You made it
Yeah.
here.
There is nothing that can ever take your place.
You made it here.
You are one of us, this global human race.
You made it
If you know that you made it, come on, stand up and say it. If you know that you made it, don't let them hold you back any longer.
If you know that you made it,
Come on,
come on, stand up and say it. That you made it.
don't let them hold you back any longer. If you know that you made it, come on, say it. Come on, stand up and say it. If you know that you made it, don't let them hold you back any longer. 'Cause there is nothing that can ever take your place.
You made it here.
You are one of us, this global human race.
You made it
Oh, there's nothing that could ever take your place. Is anybody glad that you made it?
Also, we are looking. Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome in tonight.
Hi, Bridge City. So nice that we could be here today for our 2-year anniversary.
Yes,
I love it. I'm very
that
happy.
is incredible. Like, I can't believe we've been doing this for 2 years now.
I know, and hopefully many more years to come.
Yes.
And thank you guys for everyone who's been a part of our Rise Week, taking a moment to reflect where we've been, where we're at now, and
Yes.
all the things that we want to do moving forward. So thank you, everyone, all our members, and everyone else, and participating in Bridge City events. Real appreciated.
Yay.
So tonight, kind of getting into tonight. So again, thank you, everyone. This isn't supposed to be just like a presentation. Ideally, it's going to be a bit more like a conversation with me and Durante, kind of
Yep.
recapping some things, going over some stuff, and just like a moment to just reflect together with everything that's been happening. So feel free to drop anything in the comments if you want to respond. I'm sure we will be glancing at those throughout the evening. Oh, Captain DP, oh, you're getting down there. Okay, perfect. That's what I want to see. That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Captain.
Yes, thank you, Captain. I like that. So I kind of want to start, if we can, with where BridgeCity began. Its humble beginnings.
You know, BridgeCity, it literally began as a thought, right? And it was right after I deconverted, and it's like, okay, now what do I do with all of these things that I've been doing over the past 2 decades of my life? How can I use these skills in a new way, you know? And of course, the first thing that I wanted to do when I deconverted was like to tell everybody, hey, you know, gods aren't real, all of that stuff.
Yes.
But I immediately realized that there was no social infrastructure for those people to fall on. And so it was like, ooh, I can go out and just tell people, hey, God's not real, God's not real, God's not real. The Bible is, you know, foolish and all of that stuff.
It has been done. It is.
Right.
It is done.
It is done. But then as a person who looks at things from a societal landscape, I have to then wonder like, oh, snap, what about those people whose families will isolate them? What about those people who will lose their jobs? What about those people who will lose access to their children? There are so many things that are at play there that are connected to our religious and cultural identities. And if we're going to be, you know, taking that safety net away or taking that safety blanket away, then we need to be providing a safety net in its place. And so BridgeCity came out of that desire to create a safety net for people, a soft space for people to land and a safe place for people to live.
Well, I absolutely love that because I've been, and my apologies, Durante, you know, I just realized we kind of like went straight into the stream. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm Ashley. I was just ready. I was like, I got my notes. I'm Durante, we're good to go. You guys know Durante, so he needed no introduction. But for those of you who don't know, I'm Ashley at a community for BridgeCity. And I had been in the atheist space for a very long time, or secular space. I came on with that new atheist movement. I was just like, oh, church bad, church so bad. But really, I mean, there was so much of what existed already when BridgeCity started that was just tearing it down. Like we all we're going that deconstruction journey with no end, no goal in sight. And so that BridgeCity's humble beginnings kind of gave like, hey, well, you can land here. Like, why don't we build community here? It's and so I know it's definitely the brainchild of, you know, getting a community in place, and you kind of had all the tools to do it. Like you're giving your history, so it's really been amazing to think that some dreams, some hard work, and a lot of YouTube videos got us here. But no, you know, there's no massive structure in place with this. It's just people gather together, try to build something meaningful. Connect better,
build better, and live better. You know, and I think everybody wants the live better part, but it's like, okay, but before we're able to live better, we have to be able to build better. And before we build better, we actually have to be able to connect better. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the bridge exists to solve the connection problem.
I love that. Bridges connect, right? For one reason, like literally, I mean, we say bridge a lot, but really it's literally being built by each one of us from point to point to point. And I think even back when I first joined BridgeCity, I didn't know what I was signing up for. I mean, did you actually, from what you envisioned, I mean, I know we still got dreams to come, but from what you envisioned when this first started, Durante, like, was it, I mean, are you happy with the progress? How do you feel about how far we've come, I guess?
Yeah, it's been a beautiful journey for sure. Because one of the things that I don't really do is I kind of have like a non-attachment personality. So when it comes to community, I don't attach myself to the outcomes, because community is shaped by the people who join it.
This is true.
So in the beginning, it's just me. And me is not enough to say, oh, this is what it's going to be. Every time someone joins this community, and I think I said this today in our session, every time somebody joins this community, it changes the possibilities of this community. It either adds to it,
it shapes it.
Yes,
Completely.
absolutely. So the thing, and I think I've been saying this in a lot of our internal meetings, and I may have said this again today, the thing that I'm most excited about for Bridge City is that, to me now, and I could be wrong, but we're one of the most diverse movements on the planet right now. When I look at our global campus, it's there.
Like, I literally tell people, I'm just like, yeah, I was talking to my friend today from Australia and my other friend today from Malaysia, and I'm just like, yeah. I mean, apart from like location, walk of life, age group, like really, we've gathered so many different people in one place. I shouldn't say gathered. You guys came from all over.
Yes.
And I mean, it's amazing just to think that, like, yeah, now we just talk on the regular, we connect on the regular, we ask those questions, we build together. I just think I think it's amazing what we're trying to do here.
That's it. I mean, I think our diversity speaks to at least our efficacy in the connection aspect. And that's the thing, because that is something that I do try to do even in the content, not just the Sunday stuff, but it's just to remind people like, hey, these are other people that you're dealing with, and you don't have to lead with your problems about people. And so many times we become such consumers that we expect everybody to be our cup of tea, and that's how we treat them. It's like, oh, if you're not my cup of tea, then I'm just not going to treat you well. And it's like, whoa, buddy, y'all just met. Slow down. And I think Bridge City is finally creating that space where people come in not looking for somebody to judge, not looking for somebody to dislike, but they come in looking to be themselves and giving other people the freedom and grace to do the same thing.
And figuring out how they want to connect amongst each other, kind of thing. Like, and that's what I think is so interesting about Bridge City as a whole is, there may be similar paths that brought us here, similar reasons, but the way we connect, like on campus and through events and in our workshops, it's very personalized to each person. And I feel like we all just live under the motto, people matter, and we go from there. That phrase, people matter, actually comes from the Rise 2025 event.
That's right. Yes.
We did last year. So that was my big first foray into Bridge City and like making things happen. It was a speaking event. You saw some clips of it from the opening video. I loved that, by the way.
Yes.
And that was such a cool experience because on top of getting so the Rise 2025 event was a speaking event with all of the Southern California like chapter. And you had a bunch of us there, just a bunch of strangers getting together and just sharing stories, making memories. And the speaking event, we had, of course, Durante speaking, as well as Robert, one of our other core members, and then Holly as well. But it was it was so vibrant. There was like this electricity in the air. And it's like, I mean, I already knew Bridge City was special at that point, but I was just like, this is just a taste. This is a taste of what we can do, kind of thing. But I would say probably one of our biggest pivotal shifts was when we launched the Circle campus, when we kind of
absolutely
right. We brought like all these other streams. Like we had the Discord. I'm sure some of you remember the old Discord. We had the WhatsApp chats scattered about. There was just a lot of different ways people were trying to show up, and of course, Bridge City University, the 101 course.
Yes, that's right.
The forums in there. We had all these different spaces, but they were too separate. And it was like, okay, well, how do we get everyone to like one place over here? And that's when Circle came into play. And that's been an adventure. That's been an adventure in the global campus.
I think it's Circle has been like definitely an adventure. It has been, but it's been so great because I think shifting to it actually allowed us to be a community. And that's that transition from conceptual to operational. When we were operating in Discord and operating in WhatsApp, everything was still conceptual, and those are the type of conversations that it produced. Like
It
even in
was.
Discord, yes, even in Discord, which y'all know, y'all, I've never lied about this. I couldn't
Never been
stand
shy.
what was happening in our Discord. Like it was like, these are not community conversations. These are just people yelling at each other. You know, like, why are
Well,
you yelling at someone you just met? You know,
I
like,
think
what
it
is
was
going
kind of
on?
like perpetuating what you were trying to avoid with the launch of BridgeCity, right? Like,
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of ways, and like within YouTube and just people in general, we tend to talk about the things we don't like, and so I think
Yes.
that's something you saw a lot in like the Discord. I'm not saying we don't have rights and reasons to be upset and angry with where we're coming from and the things we've experienced, but ideally, BridgeCity was about building more than that, building more than just things to be upset about. And so kind of going into Circle, all of a sudden we had all these places where people could connect in different ways in one place. They could have events. We could have local chapter broken out. We could have group chats. We could share pictures. Like it was like, okay, world is our oyster. Now what are we gonna do? Let's put it together.
It gave us more rhythm, right? Because like our only ritual before that was Sunday sessions. That was the only ritual, the only rhythm, the only routine we had. But now that we have our global campus, our virtual, gathering spot, we have movie nights, we have house parties, we have core team meetings. Like we're actually able to build something now. And go ahead. Yes.
No, and we have the trigger warning. So like, I know the trigger warning. So, okay, let me just background a little bit on this. So back in the WhatsApp days of the SoCal chapter, we had, group text, and every Saturday we tried to get together to have a roundtable discussion. And to Durante's point, we had the discussions we had were about like, well, what do we want from this? And what does community mean? And, just, I like it, but what are we doing kind of thing. And over time, as we got into Circle and we're able to kind of come alive with these different events, get this structure, get this, get reoccurring events out for people. It was like, well, we still really like those moments where we can get together and talk about something. So the trigger warning series was born, which is like the round table, usually talking about something a little dicey, something that people have some strong opinions on, but we do that at least once a month campus wide. In fact, in April, we'll be doing it to complement your next Sunday session series.
That's right.
We'll be doing it on dating and purity culture, and should be fun. Should be a fun.
I think so. I think so. And for y'all that are not in the know, the next series is NSFW. This is the sex talk. So y'all be ready for it in May.
So okay, what we'll be doing over the trigger warning will be like that prelude for it. Get some ideas going, get some insight on it. But no, and with Circle, we were able to kind of also funnel some of the initiatives we wanted to start. Like Giving Tuesdays was a really big initiative push that you were able to put together, and we were able to like touch base with our community on like what it is we're trying to do here and how we build it and what all those pieces take. So there's a lot of beautiful things. Oh, and we started introducing workshops. I'm gonna do a quick shout out to Jude here because
please do.
Hi, Jude.
Yes.
Hi. So Jude just ran one of our last workshops for vocal training. And she was even talking about today in the Sunday session earlier. But like having these workshops, which we're gonna have more. And though I hosted the first one on critical thinking, I appreciate you guys all bearing with me because my critical thinking skills fluctuate day to day. I want to see not only more member-led workshops, but also ones that we kind of rely on outside expertise, people who kind of can come and talk about the subjects we care about. So keep eyes out for that. And of course, our clubs were a big thing Circle gave us. That was a very interesting thing. So in those early days, it's like how once people get here, once they found that safe, secure spot, how do they engage? Like what are different ways they can engage? We can have events, we can do all that stuff, but that's kind of where clubs were born from. And another shout out to Philosophy, because Shy helped me put together a lot of these early clubs, like just trying to find landing points for people where people could actually stop and like specify topics, right? Like if you wanted to have a discussion about deconstruction.
Like how many clubs do we have now?
Right now, 12.
Wow.
And counting. Like, okay, so we're at 12 clubs right now. Please expect to
snap.
see at least 2 more on the way, kind of thing.
Come on now. Yes.
They're in the works. But we've seen such positive turnout with all of them.
Yeah.
And then we've seen new members come in and take ownership of them.
Yes.
And
Again,
like,
Jude.
yeah, like literally, like Jude, like, hey, I did this workshop. I'm gonna go ahead and just handle that music club. Thank you. Thank you. But even like Crystal stepping up, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Crystal lying up there, like, and we've had also members approach us about starting their own clubs, and like these are the things that make community happen. Like sharing and expressing your interests, other people engaging with them. Like we've seen a lot of bonds forming both individually, but also collectively around these different topics and around these different things. So it's been really amazing. I feel like Circle was just one of those like most pivotal moments for everything we're doing. And I'm sorry, I started ignoring chat. I was looking at chat and I was looking at you. Forgive me. So
I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing.
Actually, I like that you call out. I like that
because somebody asked a question that I think is a little bit relevant to this, and that's what is the rallying point for? Okay, Jesus, I'm guessing. Yeah, congregation. I love
that. Took me a moment.
But that was just kind of going back to something that you mentioned about Rise. That's where People Matter came from.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, the very first Sunday session we did, I wrote. I kind of gave my little thesis on this, and our very first Sunday session was called "Thesis of Secular Community," and I wrote out this little document, and I'll just give you the last sentence of it. And it's the people, stupid. Like that's it. But like period. Like why do we? And I took that from an economic joke, right? I think it was when Bill Clinton was in the White House. His head of economics, head economist, told him, put it on his desk. It's the economy, stupid. What's the most important thing right now?
Always.
The economy.
That is always true in politics.
You know what I'm saying?
Just saying. So I run the politics club, trust me.
I love that's true. Yes. And so for me, it was just like that wasn't a hard idea for me. It wasn't a hard revelation for me. I did realize that many people in the secular community couldn't get that. And what I didn't understand, I'm like, how are you a humanist if you don't understand that people are enough reason? Why do I need any more reason than the fact that people need it? Exactly. What else do I need? What else do I need?
I actually find it very odd that there's more justification. I feel like if you're here, you're a humanist, and you just like, yeah, people matter. That's just kind of my default. I don't know how I have to explain that more, but really sometimes saying it and grasping it like you did at that Rise 2025, it really just helps center people to like, this is what the messaging is. Like, what are we doing here? We're trying to create a space, create a message outwards that people matter. And it's sometimes it can be that simple. I know a lot of things in life are complicated, but sometimes it just be that simple.
That's it.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So I would also like to kind of give another call out. I'm sorry, because I can't help it. I talk about her so much. Anna from Malaysia has just been such a big help in and around a campus. If you guys have been, she's a treasure. So on our BridgeCity campus, she's our campus guide, and she's just been there in the works, welcoming new members, pointing people in the right direction, letting everyone know when something's happening. So just a huge shout out. And again, I always want to highlight this because backing up a little bit for those who don't know, when I tapped in, I was like, no, I don't want to lead anything. I don't want to do any of this. Like, I'll just watch this kind of thing. And I cared. I cared about what we were talking about. I cared about what we were trying to do. And that caring just kind of kept growing and translating to me being here and being the head of community. And I think for every single person that like has stepped up and taken ownership in the community, that's what it was. It was like, don't go. There's many people I'm looking at you. I want to ask you some stuff, but every single person has just stepped up and they just did it. And I'm so thankful. So like, even all our club organizers, Jordan, Crystal, I never said her, Princess, Shy, of course. The new club organizers. I'm just gonna do a quick shout out from now. You'll see Mark from Florida coming out with a new club, as well as we also have John who will be starting a new club as well.
No, John Parks.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like all him. And I'm telling you, this like these are things that like I didn't like go to John and say, hey John, what you thinking about? You want to do some stuff? No, he approached us. He wanted
Oh,
to do
that's
this.
beautiful. That is
Like
beautiful.
right? Like I really hope that what we've built so far and what we're continuing to build gives everyone a place to find space and
Yes.
a way to express themselves and connect with others over the things that matter to them. So, I mean, I really that's so much of everything we're trying to build right now is helping people find connection, form like real relationships, and it didn't happen just because of you or because of me. Like it's like because everyone just they kept showing up. You know,
Yes.
I see Dana. It's like we love Anna. Sorry, Anna. We love you so much. Oh,
Right.
what's Jude saying?
Oh. I didn't plan to take over the music club. I was looking for collaboration, but putting the workshop together was such a great experience that I wanted to do more. And that's just real. Like y'all, listen, when you move from interest to involvement, it becomes impact. Like the moment you start getting involved, it becomes something very different for you. And
Yes.
I'm gonna put Ashley and Zernial on the spot right now because like both of them have come to me at different times and have said, you know, I actually get fulfillment from this.
Yes.
Like, and that's when we know we're doing it right. When people aren't showing up just to do a job, but it's like, no, I get joy from this. I get fulfillment from this. My ambitions are now connected to this. Like I'm meeting new friends. Like I'm meeting real people that I care about. Like that to me is just absolutely transformative.
Okay, and I know it sounds so silly, but like the moment I realized, like, oh no, these people are my friends. Like
Yes.
these aren't just people like I'm just like meeting with and talk. No, I'm like, I actually like how are things going? Shy, what's up? You okay? Princess, you're right over there. Like I care about these people. And sometimes that just sneaks up on you. I think like to Jude's point and to what I was saying earlier, sometimes it just sneaks up on you and how much you realize you care about doing good. Like to take it back even further. When you kind of stop like looking at all the things you hate and you kind of stop, you know, making that what you surround your like mental frame around, like just like all these, I don't like this is bad, blah, blah. And you start thinking about like, well, no, I like these people and I like doing these good things and I like helping. And all of a sudden your life's kind of filled with like all these little joyous moments. And don't get me wrong, things still suck sometimes. Things still suck. But it just, I feel like BridgeCity offers like just such a nice light for everyone. And we have amazing members. So
yes,
I just thank you. In fact, thank you everyone.
Well, and just speaking of amazing members, do you want to know the exact moment that I was like, okay, I think Ashley would be great for head of community? I can tell you the exact moment. It was right after Rise, and we had realized that we had a whole bunch of leftover food the next day, and I was like, dang, we missed an opportunity. We could have given that out, you know, we could have, because, you know, LA has a homeless situation. So we could have like given the rest of that food away. And I absolutely loved your response. You immediately was like, oh, yes, we could have. And then you even felt a little bad that we didn't think about it. And
not just
and I was
that.
like, yes, I love it.
Durante, it hurt my heart, you guys. It hurt my heart because like it was just we had left the food out and just kind of we didn't do like store it properly. And the moment I realized we were throwing away, you guys, I hate throwing away food, especially when we're so close to people who could help.
Yes.
Like that. We're going to talk about future things, but like there's a lot of people who feel very strongly about certain homelessness initiatives. And that was one of them. I'm so glad that's the moment. It wasn't me bossing everyone around and be like, put on your name tags if you're at Rise 2025.
I mean, that was definitely helping. That was definitely.
You let me, I can get bossy as heck. So I'm sorry. It's just a little bit about me. But no, honestly, it's such a weird step to take ownership, and I appreciate how much faith has been put in me. Not that we aren't always keeping eyes out for like who else is, you know, a great addition kind of thing. But I wish I would have stepped up sooner. That was the only thing. Wow. Instead of tapping in to watch, I wish I would have tapped in the lead. I mean, we're growing. We're a startup. We're doing new stuff all the time. And I just wish I would have hit the ground running. That's my only regret with BridgeCity. But we're here now. It's good.
I'm glad you made it in.
We're doing so good. Well, and you know, to that point, like maybe because I didn't know exactly what to expect, and it took us a while to find our footing, do all those things. It was we had a rough idea of what community meant and like how we wanted to see it portrayed, but like I think it's only probably recently that we've kind of started developing on this idea of community, like
Absolutely.
your book, like with your book,
Yes.
But like a structure of belonging.
Do
you have
I
your
was
book?
supposed to have it with me. It's over there.
You guys, this is planned and choreographed.
I know it. We talked about this.
but really, you had shared some lines in the comments, and it was like, and then I went through. You know, I actually downloaded that message and then like transcribed it, and so then it pulled it because it just made life easier. But it was really good. You're like kind of putting forward these like reflective questions for people and everything. And it was really around like community not being like a service or a product. You know, it was community's not passive. It's not something you consume. Like that's, I think, it's been such a big theme lately, even with Rise Week as a whole. Like you've seen, we've done a lot of like for Rise Week, kind of circling back to it. You know, you and Darnea kind of set the tone this week in terms of like what to expect, how spring. What made you think about spring? Like what does that hold significance? Does that hold for you, Dante? I want to hear from your mouth.
Well, like as a former pastor, Easter is like Super Bowl for churches. Easter Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday for churches. Yes, it is the biggest. It's our biggest attendance day. It's our biggest giving day. Easter is the biggest deal, you know, and it's the biggest message of the, at least the Christian religion. This is the day that He is risen. And so
woke up from that 3-day weekend. I got you.
Right. You know, so when I finally realized like, okay, I think we're ready to actually start putting Bridge City into action and let's go ahead and start doing our Sunday sessions. I chose Easter Sunday to start our first Sunday sessions. And I said, I'm choosing this on purpose because, the video that I just recently did on my channel is kind of about this because it's a reminder that religion doesn't own our holidays. No. Religion didn't create these holidays. We created them. And so I chose Easter I chose spring. I chose spring because it's Easter, but I chose spring because it is a time of renewal. It is a time of rising. It is a time of refreshing. It's a time of remembering everything we had to do to survive the winter. And now we are in the light of day, in the light of spring. And now it's time to get back to work, you know?
Because it is, okay, I love that because I mean, I love anything having to do with seasons and spring and stuff, but the idea of like what we did to survive the winter to be here in the spring, I absolutely love it. Well, and so your and Darnea's video, like kind of setting the tone for the week, like really kind of lead into that. And I love that. I just always wanted to ask you more about it because I think spring's probably an underrated season. It really is. I'm a fall girl myself. Like, give me stuff. I can't help it.
I like it all.
but we tried throughout the week to have, you know, different prompts in the community and on the campus that actually spoke to our individual experiences as well as like us as a collective. Like, what do we want to see? We also even had our Wake and Bake Wednesday. Did you do anything?
Of course, I am always waking and baking. Like baking is, I'm baked right now.
It wasn't limited to just Wednesday.
That's right. I'm full in.
I just took a nice long shower. I didn't even go out and touch grass. That was actually the one thing I wanted to do. The goal was to touch grass in some way, right? You did in a way. You did.
Yes. Well, you are right. I did touch grass.
I know we had like the small group connection circles survey.
Yes.
By the way, you guys were great with that survey.
Thank y'all.
It's gonna be happening. Like this is what we're talking about. Like one of the first things that we had put out there was, you know, when everyone joins Bridge City on the global campus, they go through the onboarding courses. You know, they go through those measures, and I want to thank everyone who do those because we're listening to you. Yes. We're really taking the journeys that like where you're coming from and what brought you to that point and using it to build out Bridge City. and build out that structure. So I hope that this week we've all gotten a chance to like reflect on not only how we got to Bridge City, but now that we're here, what are we doing to make the most of it? What can we do to make more of it? Yes. And then of course, your live this morning was great.
Oh man, today was it was epic, man. It was epic.
It was fire.
And I don't even know why. Like again, I was hungover and sick, and because I was telling Zernial like right before we started, I was like, I do not feel very well. But
you brought it.
Look, as soon as it started, it was game time, man. And then, but Zernial's song, right? That louder, that new Bridge City hit, that louder with the butterfly people playing the guitars and everything. I was like, oh, it's time to go. Like I'm ready now.
I don't know. So for those of you who didn't get a chance to watch the Sunday session this morning, which was morning for me, please go watch it. Zernial came up with a banger song. And then it just lit the fire under Durante. He was there. We got new openings from Shy, from Darklight. Darklight's been coming in strong lately. Like,
come on now.
It's really like I was telling this to Durante this morning, but I will also say it again. I can't say thank you enough for what you do with the Sunday sessions. I really think it's such a highlight of our community and what our community is doing. And it just kind of acts the focal point for all of us to get hyped in our own ways and to connect together. So I appreciate it. Again, if you haven't been to watch the Sunday session, go watch it now. Add a like to it. Add a comment to it.
I just got to appreciate you for saying that, because most people don't know, like I've wrestled with these Sunday sessions. There was a few times where I was like, I'm just going to stop doing this. And like literally, but if you notice, that's when I started, but that's why I started pivoting my content a little bit, because I realized like, oh, it's not that I should stop doing it. Because of the spaces I'm in, I'm attracting people who are not looking for that. And that's the tension that I'm starting to feel. And I'm like, but I cannot shift my mission because of what other people are not looking for. If you're not looking for it, that's great for you. I'm doing it for the people who are looking for it. And so I'm not going to stop doing it because you don't need it, because your needs don't determine what another person needs. There are people out there who do need it. So that's why I keep showing up every Sunday. And not just me. My goal is to inspire other people to get up and start doing the same thing. This is what our voices are for. We can use our voices to lift people up. We can use our voices to motivate, to inspire, to educate, and to inform. But we need people to actually get up and do it.
And well, see, at first when you said you were thinking about not doing it, I was like, you probably just want to have a Sunday off. You probably given up Sundays for years, for decades. And you're like, I just want a Sunday off. But no, I will say that with the Sunday sessions, I don't know if everyone knows this, that the goal is always to bring people in from the community. Like we've talked about, obviously people showing up for the production club and recording intros and outros, but actually hosting Sunday sessions, keep eyes out, because that's something we will be launching, we will be pushing for. And so if you ever were watching Durante and you're like, I could do that too.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us, please. Let's do that. Let's go.
Listen, that's what religion has over the secular community right now. Right? See, when people see those preachers encouraging people, most people who become pastors because they grew up seeing those pastors as community leaders, as people helping the world, as people making a difference. They had a model that also came with a pathway and a pipeline. So you see this every Sunday, and this question is, you can do this too. But I'm not going to say what we've been doing, but that's what we can do. That's what we can do as Bridge City. We can create that model, that pathway, and those pipelines for people to say, nope, I want to do that, because in my opinion, we need more people doing that. That's what the louder is all about.
No, 100% is what it's all about. And I will also say about the pathways, like, that's some of like what you guys, if you're ever wondering, like, what is the core team doing? They have so many meetings. What's happening? We're trying to create pathways. So when someone raises their hand and says, I would like to try to do Sunday sessions, we can lock you in right there. There'll be minimal lifting, but you have to raise your hand. You have to show up and take ownership over it. So there's tons of opportunities. And if you're seeing something that any of us are doing, reach out. because it's like that we're all here making this community together. Like it's a very collaborative effort. What is Jude? Jude's always saying great stuff.
I love it. She said, I'm glad you kept at it. That pivot is what caught my attention. And you have no idea how much I needed to hear that, Jude. Before you were one of many content creators I liked. Then you started doing something that pissed people off in a very specific way. Yes. Thank you so much.
I kind of feel like we're going to talk about what's coming next for BridgeCity, but I feel like I hope most people who are BridgeCity members or following Durante or following the BridgeCity journey realize how different this is than existing secular space or atheist space. Don't get me wrong. I still have my favorite atheist content creators that I go and I'm like, yeah, what do you got, Dark Matter? Let me see what's up. But what we're trying to do is build. We're trying to build and make like actually have something to look forward to. And so far, you guys, this community has been amazing. You guys are all amazing. So let's talk about what's coming next. Let's talk about so focusing like on the short term, like we're in April right now, the start of April.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
What we expect in this next this year. So you guys have seen it a lot. And speaking of community, one thing that's been a big priority for us is trying to build out revenue streams.
Yes.
In fact, we talked about like Durante's competition right now. The entrepreneur impact. Like, okay, if you haven't voted yet, please go vote. Again, today, tomorrow, every day.
Go vote.
But like these different ways, like putting BridgeCity on the map, establishing these revenue streams. These are ways we can not only grow our community and expand, but we can set up more in-person events and digital events. I still like our digital events. Those are never going anywhere kind of thing. But we're also trying to, by setting up these revenue streams and expanding our community, we're also trying to expand our teams and opportunities to take ownership in the community. Like, the lobby. If you guys haven't been to the lobby, I put up a post, I want to say like at midnight on Friday night or something. You guys, I've been sick all
burning the midnight oil.
We being Durante, we're trying. But I has a bunch of links on it. If you guys haven't checked out the lobby, check it out because it's just opportunities again to join a team, to see what's out there, to see the things that are in the works and being built right now. And I would say something else that's kind of keeping on like the revenue stream topic. We're actually looking into like legal and like tax frameworks for BridgeCity.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
What does a nonprofit look like? What are all those churches doing? Like it's some tax exempt.
Heck yeah.
Let's
Absolutely.
do that. So, like if someone, in fact, if anyone in the community has experience with that, please again reach out to us because these are the next things on our plate.
And that's just really a great call out. Like, listen, y'all, we don't know what you're good at if you don't tell us, you know?
Yeah.
And so if you're here and we're building and you have to see it, like we are building. So when you show up to build, tell us what your hammer is. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what's in your toolkit because we need it. Please don't assume everything is put together. We're still in the early days. So if you're ready to be a giant killer, get in here and help us.
And sometimes, you know, like I didn't even know what my skill was. I was like, I can garden and I have a drill. Will these help you at all? But I'm also good at talking. That's my other. So you never know like what skill is going to come in handy. So please do never hesitate to reach out.
Absolutely.
And we'll also, of course, be expanding our events. We'll be looking at reoccurring game nights, looking at you, Shy. There's been talks of karaoke, looking again at you, Jude. I know. It's just like, just name drop it. Let's just do it. But keep an eye out. Even workshops. You know, there is, I don't know if it's too early to put this out there, but Darklight has been working on a little something, hopefully with another member from the community. So keep eyes out for more events, please.
And then Bob has a few events that we've been talking about as well. I know Bob is going to be hosting an epistemology night. We haven't set the date for it yet, but that's going to be a night for people who are really interested in getting, you know, walking through your epistemological strategy. You know?
Bob and Zernial are my people who pronounce things. I'm not. That's not like what. See, but I will say, you know what? Actually, talk about Bob for a second because I still haven't watched the last half hour of the stream. So Bob, as part of our Rise Week, did a reflection night, or not reflection night. Today's reflection night.
Family
Did
vision
a family night, family vision night for him yesterday, and
Yes.
kind of just gave an opportunity for. Yeah, I mean, we focus a lot in the community on. I am a person who I'm going through this journey, but also that journey impacts our families, our parents, our children, not my children, and just our families in general. So really excited to see what Bob comes up with that. I know there's a lot of shifting ground there, but like it just keep eyes out for that team because I think it's gonna be very impactful.
Yeah, I do too. Like, I think it's probably going to be one of the stronger arms of Bridge City as a community, because it's going to cater to, and for those, just to kind of give you all a little bit of vision, what we're talking about is our team, our children's and families team. And the name that I call it is Generations, because, you know, I have to brand everything. That's just who I am. So it's our Generations team. And the focus is our babies, our infants, our nurse, you know, the ones who are in the nursery ages, our preschool ages, our primary school, secondary, college age, but not stopping there. Also our elders, those people who are, I was about to say on their way out, but that just sounds a little more.
No, but like, but really, like, actually, it's amazing because right now I think Bridge City has a lot of adults. We have a lot of adults, and I know a lot of these adults have kids, but we also have people who are a bit older, and just the perspective of all of our journeys is valued from every level. And so I'm really excited to see not only how like the family team engages with, okay, how do we up the epistemology of children?
Yeah, yes, you got it right.
Also, but also, how do we include and encompass the experience of some of our older members and take advantage of that? We all have something to bring to the table. That's always where it comes down to. So
yes,
as family night builds out and that team builds out, keep eyes out for that, because I imagine we'll see programs, many more things from Bob. The epistemology night workshop is definitely one I'm super excited for too. So we have some really great people on the team. I'd love everyone to be part of that.
Oh man, like we that's probably like, man, y'all don't know. I probably have nearly brought to tears at least once a day thinking about our team.
Good,
because we have such incredible people on our team, man. It's amazing.
We lucked out, honestly. We
did.
And, we just honestly, like, we like to, and you know, that's not to say like everyone who has kind of put forward time and effort and energy into Bridge City. It's like, I think something's amazing about that because, okay, I'm going to be a little personal here for a second.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that always struck me so odd about like church and stuff is it kind of always feels like it's a half threat. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta come here or you're gonna burn forever. Just saying, you better put some money in there, so you're gonna burn forever. And so I always try to keep in mind that when people show up here, it's literally just for the love of other people. It's for the chance to do good. And so we just couldn't have gotten more lucky without gathering such a bunch of great people, honestly.
Yes.
And sorry, I didn't want to take us away too much from the workshops and stuff, but actually, in addition to that, one thing we're going to start seeing, kind of tying together the new events and the revenue streams, is we're actually going to start seeing like paid courses come out. And workshops, kind of like we'll have more opportunities. Some of these will be behind paywalls, but some of them won't. And membership tiers.
Yes.
I believe that's something we are also looking forward to.
Absolutely. And because the whole goal is we have to have an ecosystem, you know, and y'all know I've been talking about that for a while. And so it's not having revenue just to be able to say we got money in the bank. Money is cool. It's revenue so that we can actually do the work. I don't want to be out here playing with Monopoly money. No, people need to eat. Like, people need places to stay. Like Zernial is a full-time business owner. Yes. And then he volunteers his time for us, and he does it graciously.
And his expertise.
Yes.
It's amazing. We're all here on a volunteer basis, but really, like, it's the more we can secure in terms of funding, kind of can help us build out bigger dreams. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna just speed us ahead real fast to, for instance, next year, I would really love to see us get a physical campus. I know it's ambitious. I know.
But if we get louder, we can get there. We can get
exactly.
there. The louder we get, we can get there.
We vote, we secure these streams. I would like to see BridgeCity launch their first physical campus next year. That is on the goal, on the itinerary. Right now I'm envisioning like a house model.
Oh yeah,
where
that's right.
we rent a house and in a city, the city TBD, but from there, like BridgeCity members will be able to meet to have events and watch parties in person.
That's right.
We talk about watch parties with Sunday sessions so often, like, and people will be able to cook and eat. And I want more opportunities to help people and to fund initiatives outside our community as well. Kind of circling back to what I said about the homelessness initiative, like that was something that not only do I know it's close to a lot of people's hearts. We have members that have gone through this, and it's I want to over the rest of this year and next year see BridgeCity pick up the mantle, and actually put our money where our mouth is in some cases, and help those out there start initiatives that actually make change, especially at the local level. Like, I know we see a lot of craziness all the time, but what we can do at the local level, especially as a community, especially with resources, I don't know. I think it's going to be amazing. Oh, so these are the visions for like the next year, but we also have long-term visions.
Yes, we do.
Long-term goals.
My long-term goals is to have a BridgeCity campus in every state, territory, city that there is. But even beyond that, that's the vehicle. It's not the destination. Having those campuses all over is so that we can do the great things. So like BridgeCity 10 years from now, what I'd like to see is our campuses providing rehabilitation services, providing access to counselors and therapy, supporting major back to school bashes, every year, making sure kids are going back, supported, not just looking good, but having things that are going to help them exceed. I want to see BridgeCity campuses adopting schools, I want to see and
highways. I'm just saying, like, you guys, there's a lot of good we can do, and this is just the beginning. Like,
that's it.
I mean, it's big. They're big ideas. But we can build it. We can do it. Right. And I'm really excited to see we get a lot of talk from a lot of our members. I think Durante saying that, it would be really cool to have a campus and stuff, and it'd be cool to do this, it'd be cool to do that. And I want everyone to know that we hear you, and your vision is our vision. We are on the same page with that. So keep those eyes out. And in that kind of vein, so with big visions afoot, we've done a lot, right? We've come humble beginnings.
Oh my goodness.
Circle launch and everything we've built in between. I kind of have an ask of all of you guys. We all come from other community structures, whether it was you were in a church before and you remember what that felt like, whether it was something like a school program or a club. But we have a lot of ways we've experienced community before. And I know that in a lot of ways, BridgeCity is replicating those programs, those initiatives, those things you've done before. But I'd ask all of us, me and you too, to think outside the box. Like, what can BridgeCity do that's spectacle, that expands us, that helps us grow better, that helps us connect better, that helps us reach more people? Think outside the box here. Like, and again, touching back on it, I'm sorry, there's a second plug on this, but the Entrepreneur Impact competition. Now, Durante, when you told me about this, it was just like, well, hey, this thing is happening, blah, blah, blah. I was like, we got to do this. Hello? We got to get you going. Are you kidding? Like, and I appreciate the humbleness, but really it's, like I've been saying, it's not just about Durante. It's about, can you imagine if we have a secular community builder in the Entrepreneur magazine?
Come on now. Wow.
BridgeCity in print, in magazines, in front of multiple entrepreneurs. This is a way we think outside of the box. Like that. I would have never thought, like, Durante, maybe you should enter a competition. That'd be cool.
Right.
Like, I would never been like, like, this would be a cool way to put BridgeCity on the map. No, so think outside the box. Do not be afraid to be creative. That's one of the best things about BridgeCity is we're not confined by an old book.
That's right.
We can do whatever we want.
So whatever the hell we want. I think
exactly.
that's a line from 100. Yeah.
So be creative. Take initiative. Be creative. Reach out. Show up. Like, let's build this together. I mean, it doesn't take a village. It takes a community.
Well, you know, and speaking, I love that. I did see you write that down before.
I wrote it down several times. I was very proud of it.
But like, speaking of building, like that's one of the membership tiers that we're getting ready to roll out really soon is the Builders Collective, and it'll be a monthly fee of like $25. It's not a lot. This is basically to help start building that revenue engine. But it's not just on paying $25 just to pay $25. No, what we're doing is we're looking for the people who are ready to help be builders. And that's why this is the Builders Collective. So once a month, we'll be meeting together, actually having brainstorming sessions on how can we build our global community experience. Because that's what they are. Like, the ideas don't come from one in a community. The ideas come from many. And like in most times, you need like 10 bad ideas to find the good one. You can't really find a good idea to you.
Like you're just like, right. please stick. It really, it's shaping. I'm very excited to see what the Builders Initiative kind of brings out, like what we see with that. And so please keep eyes out in the campus on that. And also, thank you everyone again for coming out tonight. I know we're going to basically roll right into
movie night.
You know, it's do we keep it here, by the way? My apologies.
No, we're going to jump into the other studio for that one. And for those of you who are watching, you can go to bridgecity.app/movie-night and you'll be right there.
So please follow us over there. But again, thank you everyone for putting everything you can together and making us get to this point. And I can't wait to see where we go. Like if you would have asked me a year ago, would we be doing streams with people and building things? No, I don't even know what I would have told you. Like 6 months ago.
I have to ask you a question then, because like, okay, you got started with this last year. And like you really just became a part of the family when we came to SoCal. And so I got to ask you, like, we're 3 months in of the year. We've grown by 84 members, like in just the past 3 months. Like,
our growth is insane.
Insane. For you, what has this ride been like for you? Like you come in brand new, and you probably don't even know what to think of me when you get in.
Well, so I'm very much like Durante, I was very on guard with you. And I even like was telling people, I was just like, I'm not trying to join the cult of Durante.
That's right.
Because I'm really wary of that, right?
Yes.
And then like slowly as I kind of started getting deeper and deeper, you know, it was the messaging that resonated. Like I was like, yeah, this is I had looked for community before, but this actually felt like it resonated with me. And that it was like all of a sudden I was like, no, this isn't just about Durante. This is about like he's the lighthouse that's bringing people in, but we all push forward. And so once it was kind of like stop fighting it, like stop fighting that, like I love this community. Oh, it's been amazing. I honestly, like, you guys, I hosted my first workshop in December. I mentioned it earlier, and it was a joy. I enjoyed sharing what I know with people, learning what other people had experienced and their takeaways. I feel like I've grown so much. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I get tired. I'm sick still right now, and it's hard, but I always feel fulfilled. So to answer it in one word, which I could have just said earlier, it's been fulfilling, incredibly so.
I love, and that's why this work matters to me. Like that's the validation right there. Like that's how we know this works, because it doesn't just work for our members, it works for our leaders too. And the proof of that is that our members start wanting to be leaders.
I know. What is it? Like, it really, like, you I would have never expected it, but seeing people step up in a way that I wish I would have, it just moves my heart. I'll say it to people all the time. I'll be like, this warms my heart what you guys are doing. But if anyone that knows me knows I'm so serious. So
Yes.
So thank you to everyone. Thank you to you as well, Durante. I will always be cherished what we've built so far, and I cannot wait to see what we do next. So it's just the beginning. Habanero.
Just the beginning.
Okay. Right. Well, we rocked this stream. We were right on time.
We rocked it. We did it.
So thank you guys all out for coming out. Captain Chai, thank you guys so much. We're gonna go ahead and switch over streams. Darnia, maybe you could drop the movie link in this chat before we jump out, because we're literally gonna just pop over there. Probably this exact same. We're gonna be in the exact same place.
And for those of you, if we don't get the link to you in time, if you're on the global campus, just go to events. And if you go to events, you'll see movie night and click it.
Okay. So campus events, link incoming, and we'll see you guys over there. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.
Awesome. I gotta click in. I gotta click in stream, don't I?